Hello everybody and welcome to Coastal Experts. We have with us back again Teresa Cowart of Remax Accent. Thanks so much for joining us today, Teresa.
Thanks for having me.
So I have a question for you. Okay, so when you're talking about investing in a home before putting it on a market, you know, sometimes it can be a headache and you wonder, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? How much should we invest in our home? Or is that something that we should actually do before putting it on the market?
You know, usually we are asked to come out and preview a home before we list it, which is a great idea. And we help our clients decide what they need to do and what they don't need to do. I mean, there's some things that you do need to do, obviously. You need to pressure wash. It needs to be clean. It needs to smell good. You need to take down a lot of personal photos, which breaks everybody's heart. But you do need to do those kind of things. You need to declutter. I mean, you can't have a lot of stuff around. But do you need to paint? Do you need to replace the carpet? Do you need to, upgrade your flooring? That's a case-by-case situation.
What are some of the things that actually need to be done to make sure that our house is ready to be put on the market?
Some great improvements. It kind of depends on where you're at and what your price point is, obviously. So we see a lot of folks like to see the hardwood flooring. Now, if you're in a lower price point, that could be the vinyl plank. If you're in a higher price point, that needs to be the real hardwood. Most people like to see the granite in the higher price point or even in the mid-level price point. And if you're in the lower price point, you can do the laminate that looks like granite and people are happy with that. So that's kind of the things that we suggest. We are not seeing the gold and the brass anywhere yet, even though if you watch HGTV and some of that stuff, it says it's coming. So I'm like, don't throw it out yet, But, those are some of the things that we suggest. If we see something that's very dated, sometimes it can be something so small, but it's all the consumer sees when they come in. And what we see as something that's not a major update or wouldn't cost that much or wouldn't take that much time, and we have all the handymans in the world that could come help you, the buyer sees as overwhelming.
I was going to say, and it can be, I mean, the home buying process can be a headache sometimes, but that's where you guys come in.
Absolutely, yeah. I know that it's not really that big of a deal to change out your countertops if you use the right people. And I kind of know how much it costs to do that. So I can share that with my buyers and my sellers.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be a stressful thing. So if you had to say, I mean, how much needs to actually be done to bring a house ready to be sold?
That's a case by case. It really is. So you need to get your realtor in there and look at your house and let them tell you what they feel like you need to do to sell your home.
So in thinking about the improvements now, we're talking about just the home as well, but of course you walking up to the property, is that part of it as well when you think about the lawn and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I guess I didn't say that, but yes, absolutely. You want your first appearance. We've got to get them in the door. We've got to get the clients in the door. So we definitely want your appearance from the front to be appealing. If you need new pine straw, put new pine straw out. Keep your lawn manicured.
Okay, we've talked about improvements, but how about this? Are there things that you can do that basically don't pay off at all? What are some of the things that you don't need to waste your time on when you're getting your house ready to be sold?
Well, a lot of times we see people that over improve. That they're in a certain price point and they have things that they will never get their money out of. And you just, so we try to encourage people to talk to us first. Let me tell you if that's a good idea before you go and put granite countertops in a neighborhood that doesn't really require you to have granite countertops. Let's talk about that. So we see that kind of thing.
So Teresa, let me ask you this, okay? So if someone's watching right now and they're getting ready to sell their home and they have no idea how to get this home ready, what do they need to do? Is that something that they can contact you and you guys can help them do that?
Oh, absolutely. We're happy to come out, no stress, no pressure, and just walk through your house and say, here are the things that we suggest you do. We have stagers, we have professional photography, of course, always, but we'll tell you free what you need to do, how you need to do it. We'll give you a list of our vendors. They do a lot of work for us. They'll definitely give you the best pricing, and we'll get you to where you need to be. And it is relatively stress-free.
Well, stress-free, that's music to my ears, and I can tell you, it's like I always say, turn it over to the experts.
Absolutely.
It's always great to see you, Teresa. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
If you have questions for Teresa or any of our coastal experts, all you have to do is go to our Coastal Experts page. That's at WSAV.com.